I want to get back to my editorial, top of the hour. I think we should be singing capitalism's praises. I think it's a very successful system. I love it. I know that our next guest agrees with me. That man on your screen right now is Nathan Latka, author of the book How to Be a Capitalist Without Any Capital. This young man is 29 years old and is a self-made millionaire. Nathan, you're welcome to be on this show.
Stuart, thank you for having me.
How do you make your money?
Well, you make it by selling a lot of things to people that want what you want. And it's a good thing we have this incentive structure inside of capitalism. If we don't, and this is really what socialism is, if you remove that incentive structure, everything falls apart.
So
it's very scary.
What did you make and sell to make your first million?
Facebook fan pages back in the day. And I'm kissing the feet of Bezos and Zuckerberg and these billionaires because they knew if they built their companies in the U.S., there's economic incentive to do so. And God forbid these companies were built somewhere else, not in the U.S., and maybe in China or somewhere else. Imagine if China owned all the data we give Amazon.
Fair point.
Or very scary stuff. So we have to have an incentive structure in the States, and we do, and we have to keep it.
So hold on a second. Let me go back to square one here. You made fan pages for Facebook.
I don't know if you guys have seen Stuart's Facebook fan page, but it's a good-looking fan page, a lot of fans, and what happens is
Have I got one?
You do. The show has one. I have a great one. It's growing very quickly.
I knew the show did, but I didn't know I've got a fan page?
You don't even know this. You have a big following, Stuart. So the fan pages, though, can be customized. And so in my dorm room, I was studying architecture. I'm going, I don't want to graduate with no job and be broken in debt, so I'm going to start selling now. And that's what I did. I started selling. We sold 70 grand of the product before I built it, then built it, delivered it, raised a bunch of capital, and scaled.
Did you sell it to people like me who wanted a fan page?
I'd say, listen, Stuart, I hear you're very important. You don't have this thing called an important Facebook fan page. You want one for $700, and you're going, who the hell are you? And I'm going, PayPal me $700, and let's rock and roll. And I did that.
And that's what you did?
100 people.
Then what did you develop and sell?
Well, I said, do I want to refund everybody, or can I actually get the gumption to build these things? Do I want to be lazy or not? And I said, 70 grand is a pretty good incentive for a college student to stop doing school stuff and start building. And so I started building. We grew that.
What did you build?
We've actually built Facebook fan pages for people to grow their businesses, capture email leads for restaurants, for hosts. Again, get your following, get your videos more views. And, we hit $939,000 in sales in 2013. The tax return is on page 6 in the book. And we created so many jobs. I hired my college professor in the third year of the business after I dropped out. Now, that felt really good.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask how many millions you've made, although that would be a typical question, which I would ask.
We've made a lot. Let's just say there's an army of maybe 5 people at Forbes trying to figure out how much we've made. We're doing very well.
Okay, what are you doing with the money?
Walking up to random businesses and investing. So I go live on Facebook Watch about a year and a half ago on Rainy Street in Austin, Texas. And I had my audience say, hey guys, tell me what business I should go up and invest in. Have my checkbook. I found a lady named Ning, an immigrant from Thailand, launched her own food truck, entrepreneur. Why? Because entrepreneurship and capitalism works, right? She knew there was economic upside. I wrote her a $6,000 check on the spot. I helped her grow the business. She paid me back 75 cents per meal until I was paid back, then 10 cents per meal in perpetuity. She's now hiring and creating jobs in Austin, Texas, and I got a great return, about an 18% IRR on the $6,000.
You better hope that the socialists don't win in 2020.
I'll tell you what, Stuart, it's very scary. I was watching, you said, what does a computer by a socialist look like? You want to know the answer? Yeah. It's called a pillow. Soft, weak, and everyone wants to sleep on it.
Oh, that's a good line, Nathan. That's
I practiced that. I had about 2 minutes to get that together. But I'm serious. I'm 29. And I have a lot of my friends right now that are graduating. And yeah, they're in debt, they have circumstances. But they spend 3 hours a day watching Netflix. How about you go hustle? There's a difference between owning, being a barista, being a bartender, and owning the bar, risking everything to launch the bar.
You want my job. I know you do. But
I think we would do well together.
You couldn't take the pay cut. That's your problem. You just couldn't handle it like that, couldn't. Look, Nathan, we're delighted to have you on the show. We'll come back again, because I'm interested in your entrepreneurial ideas. So don't be a stranger, okay?
Thank you for having me on, Stuart.
Shake that hand.
Appreciate it.
See you soon. Thanks, pal.